everyone, I'm Becca. Welcome back to my salon. This week's challenge was from LeChat, and they wanted us to display our superpower on a set of nails. Now, my superpower is that I am a knitting speed demon. I went to a knitting retreat, and knitting guru Annie Modesitt labeled me a speed demon, so obviously that's my superpower. My favorite things to knit are lace shawls and socks. Several years ago, I participated in a knitting marathon where you either had to knit things with sock yarn or just knit socks. And over the course of 3 months' time, I knit about 7 miles worth of yarn. And I only came in second and was beaten by one pair of socks.
Now, how to represent that in nail form. My original design sketch has a checkered flag morphing into snowflake Colorblock nails, flanking a demon atop a knitted mountain, but not just any demon. This is a demon from the Night on Bald Mountain sequence from the 1940 Disney film Fantasia. I'm going to create it using these Gelée 3-in-1 color powders that I received from LeChat. These can be used with their powder gel dipping and acrylic systems. I don't have the rest of the products that go with these systems, so I'm going to be using substitutes. Not able to find tips of my desired length and width, I sculpted my own out of white powder. This is a technique I learned from Kirsty Meakin. Draw out the pattern and then apply small portions of colored acrylic to fill those spaces. Work in layers to make these sections quite tall, as we'll be filling in the extra space with a different color acrylic later. Here is the checkered flag morphing into snowflake pattern all filled in. Fill in the end with sleek white, the middle with a mixture of purple rain and sleek white, and the very bottom with straight purple rain. Now it's time to follow through the top layers to see your design. Just remember to work slowly and evenly so that you're not removing the pattern that you worked so hard to apply. Here's the Colorblock nail finish filed and top coated. This dip ombre technique is one I learned from Jes Alexander. You will need a very fluffy, soft, blown out brush. Now, I will usually keep brushes until the handle breaks, because even if you lose all the bristles on a brush, you can insert a needle and then you have a new sculpting tool, so keep all those brushes. Make a mixture of sleek white and blue crush for the tip of the nail. Using an LED cured dip system, apply your adhesive. Take your extra fluffy brush, dip it into the colored powder, and then tap on the brush to sprinkle the powder over the nail. Be careful not to touch the brush to the nail itself. Repeat these steps, always overlapping the color so you get this nice gradient going down the nail. I wanted mist surrounding my demon mountain, so I'm going to make it out of yarn. This lime and teal variegated is one that I hand-dyed myself using Kool-aid. Make a small piece of knitted fabric. Then take several strands of yarn and separate them into individual plies. Thread these plies through the live stitches for a wispy effect. Make some extremely tiny knitting needles using laser beam and then thread them into the cast-on edge. Saturate the ply with monomer and then work a bead of laser beam down the strand. While this will stiffen the yarn, it still won't give it quite enough body to stand up on its own. Drape over a tube and create a support structure of clear acrylic. Continue adding beads and holding until the yarn is arranged in place. Add the second knitting needle and secure onto the nail. In the movie, ghosts swirl through the mist, so here I'm making some ghost frogs to add to the yarn. Why frogs, you say? In knitting, when you have to unravel your work to fix a mistake, they call it frogging, because you rip it. Happy little ghost frogs done in laser beam with some blue crush eyes. And here's the yarn mist nails done. Wrap some nail foil paper around your nail to make a base for the sculpture. Add details to your sculpture, starting with those furthest back and working your way forward. When you've blocked out your sculpture, remove the excess with an e-file. Create the wings separately by sculpting them over a tube, and then mount them to the back of the demon sculpture. I wanted my demon standing atop a mountain of 3D knitted stitches. This is a technique I learned from Natasha Harton. Mix laser beam acrylic powder into clear polygel. Eventually you'll get to the point where you can start working with it with gloved hands. And then keep adding powder until it gets to the point where it only sticks after you squeeze it. Roll into a snake shape and then gently push towards the middle while slightly twisting. Apply a thin layer of your polygel mixture and then gently press the twisted rope into place. Be sure to alternate the twists so it looks like knitting stitches. I really wanted to challenge myself to work with the colored powder, so the only paint on here is this metallic silver I'm adding to the sock knitting needles that the demon has. Here is the demon nail with its removable mountain base. And here's my finished set of Knitting Speed demon nails. Let's see how it looks in the dark. Thank you, LeChat, thank you, Nails Magazine, and thank you for watching. Please go vote.